Maya had never considered herself extraordinary. She was a girl like any other, raised in a small town in South India, bound by unspoken expectations. But deep within her, something always whispered, "You were meant for more." I have chosen to no longer be apologetic for my femaleness and my femininity. Maya had spent years playing small, accommodating, apologizing for wanting a world bigger than the one she had been given. No more. She would not shrink to fit someone else's comfort. She had dreams, big ones. But whenever she voiced them, she was met with raised eyebrows and dismissive smiles. Whatever the problem, be part of the solution. Don't just sit around raising questions and pointing out obstacles. So Maya stopped asking for permission. Instead, she started creating. She organized workshops for girls in her town, teaching them about leadership, self-worth, and financial independence. You don't have to be pretty. You don't owe prettiness to anyone. It wasn't about being delicate or desirable. It was about being fierce. Maya had realized she was more than how she looked. She was what she created, what she dared to change. The day she announced she was running for city council, the whispers turned into laughter. I'm not really sure people know or understand what a feminist is, but it's very simple. It's someone who believes in equal rights for men and women. If you want to run for Prime Minister, you can. If you don't, that's wonderful too. Maya wasn't just running for office, she was running for every woman who had ever been told she was too much, too loud, too ambitious. And she wasn't alone. Girls are capable of doing everything men are capable of doing, sometimes with more imagination. She led campaigns, transformed community spaces, and built support networks for working women. When challenges arose, she reminded herself, I am not afraid. I was born to do this. The world tried to test her resolve, but she stood her ground. She wasn't a difficult woman. She was simply strong. I am not a difficult woman at all. I am simply a strong woman and know my worth. The night of the election results, Maya stood before the crowd. Win or lose, she had proven something unshakable. There is no limit to what we as women can accomplish. And as she looked at the young girls watching her, she knew this was just the beginning. She believed she could, so she did. A note from the author. This is a compilation of famous quotes by famous women on the topic of female empowerment, however created as a story about a South Indian village girl. In the description below, you will find the names of women who expressed these quotes.